This is a full guide on how to get a girlfriend because if you don't know who I am, I wasn't able to get into a relationship for about 18 years, and then I go to college and get in one basically like a month. So, I kind of learned a lot from it. My voice kind of sounds terrible because I have like a sore throat, so if the audio is kind of trash, you'll live. Just put on closed captions. Um, So like this is basically a full guide on how to get a girlfriend. Because as someone who went from not being in a relationship for my whole life to getting in one, when going to college, you actually like learn a lot from it. And I feel like the information that I learned from getting one can really help you in getting one if you're also like me, who struggled in getting into a relationship for a very long time. So I know most of you guys, and if this video actually goes crazy, um, are looking for a girlfriend, I assume. And if you follow everything single step that I give you, then honestly, in 2 to 3 months, you should at least be going on more dates. You might not find the right person for you yet, but you are going on more dates and meeting a lot more girls from the stuff I'm going to teach you. So this probably gonna be a little bit longer video. The script I have is uh like 8 pages. Yeah. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff, a lot of information, a lot of value in this guide. So sit back, relax, take some notes if you want. Honestly, I would recommend that if like you want to remember everything. And yeah. Oh, and some people might be coming from the school post I made on how to get a girlfriend there, like on the socializers. So if you're seeing that, so maybe even Jack Den was watching this. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be cool. He's a cool guy. All right. Anyways, let's get right to it. The first thing the first step you obviously need is you need to be ready to get into a relationship. Yeah, and honestly, this is like a pretty good question to ask yourself. Like, are you truly ready for a relationship? Because it is quite the commitment and quite the financial commitment. Because honestly, like this is running me up a lot of money. I can't even lie. Dinner ain't cheap. Dinner ain't cheap. That's all I can say. Like it's a big commitment, and honestly, if you're not ready for it, then don't do it. But don't use that as an excuse to just not like socialize with girls at all. Like I use this as an excuse for like a long time, just to like get out of not talking to girls and all that, and learning to be more confident around them. Because when I was actually kind of ready for one, I was like, okay, now it's kind of time to get into one. Yeah, I was awkward. I didn't know what to do, and I kind of used this as excuses. Oh, I need to focus on myself and to like not get into a relationship, which is honestly like the dumbest thing ever because working on yourself is like talking to girls and being able to socialize more because learning that skill just in general, you're not even trying to get into a relationship, just learning that skill of being able to talk to anyone you want is like it's honestly such a powerful tool that you could use to your advantage. It's to make friends, to go on dates, to network and all that. Like it's like literally one of the greatest things you can learn to do. And I used working on myself as an excuse to just basically not do that. And honestly, like last year, um, when I was using this excuse to focus on myself, I would say my mental health wasn't actually the greatest because, I went into this whole monk mode stupid thing where I was just like, didn't talk to anyone, just focused in my room trying this new business thing that I tried. And obviously it didn't work out because, I wasn't talking to anyone. I was basically a social incel, it felt like. And, I thought I was improving my mental health, but because I wasn't like talking to anyone, I just kind of wasn't. So, like, you need to take a good look at yourself and say, are you actually ready for a relationship? Or are you just using the excuse of, I'm working on myself to actually like just not talk to girls and just talk to other people in general. So that's the first step, is to actually realize that, oh, you probably are ready for a relationship. Unless like you're truly not, like if you're truly in a bad spot to where like a relationship is not good, like truly, then yeah, that's fine. But for the majority of the people who are watching this and using that as excuse, and you're watching a guide on how to get a girlfriend, like if you're using the excuse of I need to work on myself to not get into a relationship, then why are you watching this video? Yeah. So like stop using that excuse of I need to work on myself to just not talk to people and try and go on dates, because like that is working on yourself, learning how to socialize like that. So yeah, that's the first step, just to realize that, oh, are you actually ready for a relationship, and like being fully serious about it, and like not just using the excuse of I need to work on myself. Since I started talking to girls, and especially during college when I did go on a few dates before I met my actual girlfriend, and like I felt like my mental health was at like a very high place because I was talking to a lot of people and socializing a lot. And when I didn't do that during last year in high school, I kind of felt my mental health going down. I knew it was going down, even though I was like working on myself. I was honestly super disciplined in my self improvement back then. Like I was the most disciplined I ever was, but I was also talking to the least amount of people. So I felt like my mental health was honestly like not as great as it should have been with how disciplined I was, because like honestly I was like so disciplined with it. And but like when my self improvement kind of fell off, because in college honestly like your productivity goes down by so much in college. I still felt my mental health was better than what it was back when I didn't talk to anyone, because I was like talking to more people, making friends, going on dates and stuff like that. I honestly felt like that was what helped my mental health even more than actually just being super disciplined with my diet, waking up at 5 a.m., cold showers, meditation, all that. So that's just another thing I kind of observed. All right, so now that you've got the stupid mentality of I need to work on myself, so I'm not gonna be talking to anyone, out of your head, now it's time to like actually get into meeting someone. Now, this is the most difficult part, is getting over those mental barriers of actually being able to approach. And this was something that was really difficult for me for like a long time. For like the first few months of actually working on this, it was like really hard for me to get over those mental barriers, because I used to like put girls on like a pedestal. So like literally and figuratively put them above me, to where I thought they were like this big prize to win. And that's what really messed me up in like my quote unquote fear. I know that's like embarrassing, but I used to like literally fear talking to girls and stuff like that. Cause I don't know, I was just an incel. It was weird. I was just a weird self improvement dude. Like I don't know if you came from like the school community, cause I made a post there. Yeah, those kinds of people. It's just like those self improvement bros that are just like, sigma male grind stupidity. That's like, it hurts my brain to even think about those people. Like those people, those are crazy. Getting over barriers. So I made a video a few months ago on my channel about taking girls off that pedestal that I was putting them on. And honestly, I'm proud of that video. I think it's a really good video and a lot of good information in it. So go like pause this video, and if you still like are trying to get over those barriers of being able to talk to people, um, go put this video on pause and go watch that video a few months ago. I haven't been posting much, so it's probably like you can still find it on pretty easily, about how to take girls off the pedestal and view them as more human. I know that's weird to like think, yeah, of course they're people, but it's just like, if you were like me, you were like, you thought they were something better. You thought they were this big prize, and it just messed with my mental health, and it was a big barrier of being able to talk to them was getting over that barrier of having them on the pedestal. So if you still struggle with that, just go and watch that video right now and then come back to this one, because that one's like a super helpful video in my opinion on just getting over those barriers. Like even when you were able to take those girls off the figurative pedestal, it's still a little bit nerve-wracking talking to them. Like even when I've been doing this for like a while and got kind of good at it, I still got nervous every single time I did it. Like I don't think there's a single time where I was like comfortable and like didn't care. Every single time I was still like a little bit nervous. So, and like the first time I did it, like I was like literally shaking. You can tell my voice was shaky. It was crazy, like thinking about it. Like my first time ever doing it in January of 2024. Like that's crazy to think about. I was actually shaking. Like I was like this. Like I was so nervous to do it, but I knew that I had to. So I just kind of went all in and just did it. So it's obvious, it's very hard to do. Like this is by far the most difficult part of like finding a girlfriend, is actually just like meeting her and like a cold approach like that. And obviously you don't have to meet her through this whole just going up and talking to her. That's how I met mine, but it doesn't have to be the way you meet yours. It could be like through other things I don't even know. But yeah, that's just like, it is the best way in my opinion. Just go up and start talking to people, you know, because it's like, it's basically like a dating app in real life. You know, you see someone and you're like, oh, she's attractive, I'll go up and talk to her. That's basically like you're swiping right and like match, or like liking her profile or something like that. I don't even know how dating apps work. And you know, you go up and you shoot your shot, and you know she's into you, she gives you a number, you know, she swipes right on you back and you matched or something. And you know, you go up and talk to her and she's not interested, she swiped left on you or something. So it's kind of like, that's why I think like approaching is like kind of the best dating strategy, because it's literally like a dating app in real life. Even though like dating apps are stupid. Well, I won't say they're stupid. Like I don't know. I If you watched my other video of how I used Tinder Gold for a week because my friend bought it for my birthday, you'll know how I feel about it. And it's it's not the greatest, but you know, it's the new quote unquote meta of dating, which sounds absolutely stupid, but it is. So, but anyways, I'm sidetracked right now. Let's get back to the video. Now that you've watched the video on how to take girls off the pedestal, if you still need to work on that, which I can't blame you, I did too. Now it's time for the fun part, actually going up and talking to girls. Now, at first, this part was awful. Like when you first start doing it, this sucks. Like it honestly sucks, and you get so nervous while doing it, and it's just like, it just sucks. I can't lie, but the more and more you do it, the more it becomes fun. Like by the end, I was honestly having a lot of fun going up to people and talking to them. So at first, it sucks. It sucks everything. It just sucks. Everything, single aspect about it was awful. But like once you get more comfortable doing it, and you know you get kind of good at it, it's actually pretty fun to do. So I it's yeah, okay, so let's get into that part of how to actually go up and talk to them. This give you a pretty in-depth part. I remember I wrote in the script. It's pretty in-depth on like how to actually talk to them, like the lines to use and all that. So it's pretty good. So let's get right into it. So you've probably watched some other videos online on this same topic. If you're watching this video from someone who has like probably 3 subscribers on their YouTube channel, you've probably been watching a fair amount of these YouTube videos on how to cold approach, talk to girls, get a girlfriend, and all that. And some of these videos are saying that you know you need to start slowly, and you know slowly work your way up to being able to talk to these people. We're not doing that. We're just going all in. I'm just throwing you in the deep end, basically, because like, you know, some of these videos, you know, they do a little kiddie pool, then a little shallow end of the pool, then slowly work your way to the deep end. We're just going straight to the deep end because we're ballers like that at the end of the day. So yeah, there's gonna be no, small steps towards it. No, like you're going all in on this. If you really want to take this seriously, actually see some results, you're going all in, and you're gonna just go straight into the cold approach. No warm up. No slowly starting and slowly like talking to girls and stuff like that. No, we're just going all in. So yeah, it's maybe a little scary, but it's the best. It's the best way to learn. Just going all in, throwing yourself in the deep end. No 1 foot in, the little shallow end. No, we're nose diving right into the deep end. We're cannonballing. We're doing a little cannonball in the deep end. So yeah, I'm gonna teach you guys how to just jump right into the deep end and get right into it. The first thing you need to do is, you see the girl. You see the girl you like. You're walking around, like since I'm in college. Walking around through college, and walk around campus, and oh, she's attractive. Maybe I should talk to her. And I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, now it's like not the right time to approach her. She looks busy, or it's such an awkward place to approach her. You know, I hear a lot of people say that, and like that's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my whole life, because like, what is the perfect time to approach her? If you're using this as excuses, oh, now it's not the right time, she looks busy or something like that, like that's just like a dumb excuse. That's pure excuses to not talk to her. Like, maybe if she's taking a test in class and like taking an exam in the middle of a lecture hall, maybe it's not the right time. But if you see her in line in Chick-fil-A or something, I don't know, then that's a perfectly fine time to approach her. Like, a majority of the time where I learned to approach was in the gym. Like girls at my local gym back in California, which back at home from college. Um, yeah, that's where I did the majority of them. That's how I learned, was from in the gym. And most people consider that like not the optimal time. It's not a great time to approach in the gym. Like I don't know. I don't care. Like I'm still gonna approach. I'm still gonna get the quote unquote reps in, the mental reps in of doing it. I don't care what you're doing. Like obviously if you look like you're taking an exam, a test or something, and if you're like locked in your computer, then I might not, but I still might. You never know. Um, but just hearing that excuse of, oh, now it's not the right time, this is such a weird place to approach her. Like, you need to get that out of your head as quickly as possible, because, like, one of my friends in college, he's always like, oh, she's really pretty and stuff. I'm like, okay, go talk to her. No. He's like, no, I don't want to talk to her. It's not the right time. She looks busy. This is such a weird place to approach her. Just all excuses, and yeah, it's just, you need to get that out of your head as quickly as possible. The fact of, it's just not the right time to approach. It's always the right time to approach, because what if a girl goes up and talks to you? It's gonna feel good. You're gonna feel like, oh, that was kind of cool. A girl went up and talked to me. That's probably how girls feel. I don't even know. It might not be, but let's just say it is. It's like, she's like, oh, nice, a guy approached me and complimented me. That was nice. It was cool. She's not gonna be like, oh, that's such a weird time he approached me, in line for Chick-fil-A, or while like in the gym. Now, obviously in the gym, don't do it mid-set, like while she's doing the leg press or something. Like literally while she's doing it. Like, don't go up and talk to her. Wait till she finishes her set. Obviously, that's just common sense. But that's like, no one's gonna be like, oh, why'd he approach me in the gym, or why'd he approach me in line for Chick-fil-A? It's such a weird spot to talk to her. Like, I don't know. That's just a dumb excuse, and it's what a lot of people say probably on the excuse of not talking to girls. It's just like, oh, this is such a weird time to do it. Like, why would I do it now? So, yeah, get that out of your head as quickly as possible. So that's the first piece of advice I can give you. All right, now another piece of advice that I have to give you. We're gonna get into like the actual in-depth part about it a little bit later, but this is just another piece of advice I can give you is the smallest thing of rejection that you get if a girl says no is a lot easier to deal with than the lingering feeling of regret of just not talking to her. This is something I've learned a lot because there's times where I didn't approach because I got too nervous or I thought it was not a good time or just other things in my head where I was like, no, I shouldn't approach. And that feeling of regret is a lot worse feeling than getting rejected. Like I got a brutal rejection once. Like that was terrible. She was just like completely brushed me off and walked off. I was like, dang, that's crazy. But that feeling is still better than that lingering regret feeling of, oh, I wish I talked to her. So that's just something that's like, it's really powerful to think about. Like, would you rather feel the smallest thing of rejection that, oh, dang it, like she said no, that sucks, or that looming feeling of regret? Because you think about it for a while, the regret. You don't think about the rejections that much. Once you get like used to the rejections, like you don't feel it that much. But like that feeling of regret, it's a terrible feeling. Like back the end of 2023, before I got into this whole approach thing, there was this girl at the gym, and like you can tell she was eyeing me. It's just like one of those feelings where you can tell like she thinks I'm attractive. I don't know if I'm just delusional, but that's at least how I felt. I still feel that way. If I like actually talked to her, then I probably could have like went out at least on a date with her. But like I didn't. I got scared and I didn't do it. And before I obviously got a girlfriend, I still regretted it. I was like so like sad about it. I was just like, dang, because I got rejected a lot of times through this whole approach thing. And it's just like, dang, if I just talked to this one girl where I could tell that she was attracted to me, at least in my head, it would have been a lot easier. And like that looming feeling of regret, it's a big thing. It messes with you. So obviously now that I got my own girlfriend, I'm in a happy relationship. Our 3 month is tomorrow from the time I'm filming this. Even though I'm in California and she's in Georgia, because college relationships are long distance sometimes. Sucks a lot, but like up until that point, I still kind of regretted not going up and talking to her. So, yeah, just think you would rather feel the small sting of regret than the looming feeling, or wait, no, I said that wrong. The small sting of rejection or the looming feeling of regret that's gonna last a long time. This is the last piece of advice I'm giving you before like we actually get into this whole in-depth thing of how to do it, how to do the approach. Is don't do it under classmates, like in your actual classes, like in high school, or like your coworkers, because if she says no and like rejects you, it's gonna be like awkward for the rest of the year of like your classes together, and like as a coworker, it's just gonna make the whole work environment a little more awkward. Like I've never done it, like approach an actual classmate or a coworker, but I can imagine like, you see her every day at school or like every day you go to work, and you just see her, and like it's just an awkward thing because like she feels bad rejecting you, and she's like gonna be seeing you every day, and it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the dude who tried hitting on me, you know, and it just gonna like mess with the work environment. Like last year, someone in my student council class, like two people in my student council class, started like dating for like a month or two. It wasn't too long, but like they ended up splitting, and it just made the class a little more awkward. It just made it like you can tell like there was basically two sides. The guy's friends and the girl's friends, and like they were all like kind of in this separate team almost, and like they didn't really like, talk to each other too much, and it's just like it just made this awkward environment because they were classmates, and after the breakup they had to see each other like 3 times a week because we had the class like 3 times a week. It just made it a little more awkward. So that's the one time where the 2 times where it's acceptable to like not approach a girl because like even in high school like it's so awkward approaching in high school because the first girl I ever approached, I saw her basically every day during lunch because like we like sat close to each other during lunch because like in lunch where like you kind of have a designated spot you get to, her designated spot was like pretty close to me, so it just made like awkward because I saw her every day. I wasn't too awkward with it, but it was just like weird because like honestly, like it was a very important thing to do. Like I don't regret it at all going up and talking to her, even though I knew I would see her every day. Um, like I still probably one of the best things I've ever did for myself was doing it. I don't regret it at all. So it's like the 1 or 2 times where it's actually acceptable not to approach is if it's like a coworker or a classmate. So yeah, okay. Now this should be the last piece of advice. Now it's time to actually get into the fun part of learning how to actually talk to girls. And this part can get fun. So let's get right into it. Now, like the most difficult part of approaching is doing that initial walk up and just saying really the first word. Like you can say whatever you want, but I'll give you my line in a little bit. But the most difficult part of approaching is that first walking up, like actually walking up to her and getting her attention. After that, it actually becomes easy. Like even the first time doing it, like it was still easy. Like actually talking, it's just like that first part of walking up and actually saying like whatever you want to her. That's like the most difficult part. So like that's once you watch the video of how to take girls off the pedestal and all that, and you start actually doing it, it gets easier. But at first, like that's basically the most difficult part. Okay, so the line that I use to go up and talk to girls, it was I have it up here. I said like, excuse me, I just saw you over there, and I just thought you were really pretty, and honestly, it would bother me if I didn't come up and say hi. So, yeah, that's basically the line that I use. Like you start off by saying, "I just saw you over there, thought you were pretty." It sets the tone of what you're trying to do. It's like, "Hey, I'm basically here to like try and go out with you." It makes it clear. You compliment her by calling her pretty, and you're just saying, "I just kind of want to go up and say hi." So, and once you say that, she's gonna be like, if she's a nice person, sorry, if she's like actually a nice person, she's gonna be like, "Oh, thank you," and she's gonna like smile and all that. She's like, "Thank you," and take it as a compliment and stuff like that. And that's when you be like, "What's your name?" And ask for her name, and she's like, "Oh, my name is." I don't know. Let's come up with a name. Jasmine. Well, that's a nice name. Jasmine. Like, my name is Jasmine or something. And you're like, okay. My name is. Let's come up with a guy name. Clark. Clark Griswold, because that's Clark Griswold up there. Look at that. Where he's going up and talking to someone. He's going up and talking to Jasmine, to Miss Jasmine. And if you're in college, it's easy to come up with subjects to talk about. You can be like, "Oh, where are you from?" Easy thing to talk about. It's like, let's say, "Oh, I'm from Rhode Island." You can be like, "Oh, that's crazy. What's there to do in Rhode Island?" There's like, is there anything to do over there? And you kind of make her talk about Rhode Island, Delaware, Connecticut. One of those states. And if she likes it, if she's like feeling it, and she thinks you're attractive and all that, she's gonna help the conversation go. So she's gonna be like, oh, it's nice. It's very nice during the summertime where there's a lot of oceans near me, a lot of beaches, or I don't know, whatever people do in Rhode Island. That she goes in depth about it if she actually likes you. If she doesn't like you, she's like, oh, yeah, it's nice, and not say anything. If she likes you, she's gonna be like, oh, yeah, it's nice. The beaches are nice. It does get really cold during the winter, though. It gets in like in the negatives. It kind of sucks, but during the summer, 4th of July goes crazy over there or something like that. And she's like, what about you? Where are you from? This is good. If she tries to keep going with the conversation, that means that she's into you and she's feeling the conversation and she's enjoying it. If she's just like, oh, it's fine and doesn't say anything, then like honestly try and leave that conversation as quickly as possible because she's showing low signs of interest in you. So like if she doesn't want to keep the conversation going, don't drag it out because she's gonna feel like awkward through this conversation. She's gonna be uncomfortable. Just be like, oh, okay, well, it was nice to meet you. Have a nice rest of your day. If like she's just be like, oh, it's fine. If she's not keeping the conversation going, and if she is feeling it, she's like, what about you? Where are you from? And you can be like, okay, well, I'm from California. You know, it's nice, expensive gas, lots of Teslas and Priuses, and all that. That's probably why people get Teslas here, actually, because like expensive gas is crazy to think about. Mm. So you talk about where you're from, and you know, keep this conversation like brief, because you don't want to take too much time out of her day, of like just a random dude talking to you. So keep the conversation from like a minute to 5 minutes. Obviously if the conversation's going really well and like you guys are both like having a great time, you can tell, then obviously like, talk to her for longer. But just be like, after you guys talk about where you're from, maybe you can talk about like, oh, what dorm are you in or something, like as a freshman. That's a nice thing to say. Or she could be like a sophomore or something, like, oh, I'm in an apartment. I explain what apartment, talk about what apartment you guys are at or something, or like what dorm you guys are at. And also like dorm like conversations about college are like, so easy. Like the big three: what are your major, where are you from, what dorm are you in / apartment. Like you just ask those 3 questions, and if she likes those questions and she's like showing interest in you, like after the conversation, like don't talk to her for too long, and just be like, well, hey, is it cool if I grab your Instagram and we can go out to dinner sometime? And she's gonna be like, either, oh yeah, of course, here's my Instagram, and types it in your phone. I wouldn't. My phone's right there, so I will type on my phone. Or you can be like, or she's like, oh no, sorry, I have a boyfriend, or yeah, I'm just not interested. Even though like she hoped the conversation, she's like kept the conversation going. That's happened to me once actually. Like, it was a pretty nice conversation we're having actually. Talk about colleges. It was like senior year of high school. And we're talking about colleges. I forget this girl's name. Forget everything about her, but she seemed like she was interested. I was like, I asked for a number or something. She's like, no, I'm just not interested. I was like, oh, it's pretty surprising, you know. But I was like, okay, whatever. Take it as a compliment. Have a nice day. Um, but I like to ask for the Instagram because it's not something too personal like a phone number. Because whenever I asked for the phone number and like they actually gave it to me, whenever I sent the text out, I just got ghosted. Just like, okay, well that's nice. And I never asked for Snap because Snapchat is like the dumbest app ever. I barely use it because I'm just in I'm in a few group chats, and honestly that's it. That's the only reason why I have Snapchat. If I wasn't on those group chats, I'd be gone because Snapchat's literally the dumbest thing. It's like some child's app, like middle school. Like you need to be in middle school to have that app. I don't know, but some people use Snapchat and whatever. Oh, I asked for the Instagram because you can see her personality from her Instagram, and you can see like, oh, okay, is this person like posting bikini pics of herself on Instagram, which is a little weird, you know. Like posting your body like that for guys to lust over is not something that I'm too attracted to. Like you can see like what her hobbies are, and you can remember what she looks like too, because I'm always afraid like if I got a girl's number, I wouldn't remember her face. So like when we meet up for the date, I wouldn't even know what she looked like because I have a stupidly awful memory of people. Uh, so I'm just afraid of that too. So if you get the Instagram, you'll like actually see her face and remember what she looks like. And if she follows you back too, that's like a guaranteed in, you know, because if she doesn't follow you back, then like then you can say, okay, well she wasn't interested. She was just being nice to me, and you can move on. And compared to if you get the number, you actually have to send the message to get ghosted. So, which is just an extra like, oh damn, that sucks, basically. So, and she gives you an Instagram, you can DM her, and if she follows you back, that means that she's interested. So you'll most likely get a response back. So that's kind of how I feel about getting the Instagram. I feel like that's like kind of the best thing to get from a girl. I used to ask for numbers and I always got ghosted. And as soon as I got the Instagrams, I didn't get ghosted a single time. Even though I only got like 3 people's Instagrams. So yeah, that's the best course of what I did. So okay, now I need to talk about high schoolers. Color pushing is high schoolers because it's different from college. High school is a little more complicated than college because in high school, you know, everyone kind of knows each other, and you know, you do the approach and like you try, you know, doing it, and she says no. She's gonna be like telling all her friends probably. I don't even know. She's gonna be like telling her friends like, oh, this dude was trying to hit on me. His name's Clark. His name's Clark Griswold. And like, oh, Clark, I have math class with him. He's so weird. Like, he's so weird for that. And like, it just makes it a little more awkward. So honestly, it'd be best if you approach a girl from high school who doesn't go to your high school. It's like the safest. Because like, go to a mall or something. High schoolers go to malls. Even though it's like dumb. Like the mall near me is like awful. But there's if you want to like approach a high schooler, even though I've never done it at a mall, it's probably your best bet. Doing it at a different place. That with a place with the majority of people who doesn't go to your high school, because it's just safer. Because you know, in high school it's complicated because like you grow up with each other, and you know you've basically known everyone in your high school for most of your life. At least for me, because I never moved from 4 years old to 18 years old. I'm still in the same spot, but yeah, like some of the people who I went to high school with were some of the people like I've known basically my whole life. Even like we're not friends, you know, like I've known of some people since first grade. Like I've had kindergarten class with some of these people. I went to, did I ever go I don't know what preschool, but like you just get to know a lot of people. And it just makes it a lot more complicated and terrible. So I was still use the same pickup line, the same line, but instead of asking like where you're from, because you know you're obviously from the same town, just be like, oh, what high school you go to, and you know she can be like, oh, I go to random high school, and you're like, oh, okay, I go to this high school. What grade are you? Because like grades kind of matter, like what grade you are in high school. In college, it's a little less like weird, but like if you're a senior in high school dating a sophomore in high school, like that's weird. But like if you're a senior in college dating a sophomore in college, it's still a little bit weird, but not the weirdest because you guys like both over 18. But like that's weird if you're a senior dating a sophomore. That just seems weird to me. But yeah, you can be like, oh, okay. How do you like it at that high school? I don't think I know anyone there. and you guys can talk about like how she likes your high school, or how you like your high school, and like, oh, what do you want to do after high school? Like, what college you want to go to? Talk about that. That's good. And you like, let's say you guys go to the same high school, and you guys are in the same grade, you know, and you didn't even know this person. Well, it's kind of like, oh, like what class do you have? Have you ever had this teacher? It's like, oh yeah, I hated that teacher, you know. And obviously the same thing as college. If she's actively keeping the conversation going, that means that she's interested. But if she's like, you know, giving these dry responses, then just be like, okay, well, have a nice day, and yeah, just move on. So that's kind of what I did like during high school when I was doing these approaches. So it's a little more awkward, but honestly, it still works. It's still good to be doing it. How to handle rejection, because you know rejections happen a lot. I was rejected every single time I did an approach. I didn't do approaches often, but at least at first, because you know it was so difficult for me. But whenever I did, I always got rejected from January to around August. So I've been doing it for a long time. So I know it's like being rejected. So honestly, like it's easy. Just like end it as quickly as possible when she rejects you. Don't be like, oh, don't try and push it. Like she already feels bad rejecting you, because you know you shoot your shot, and you know she feels bad rejecting you, as any respectable person should. You know, just be like, oh, okay, that's fine. It's all good. Just take it as a compliment. Have a nice day, and walk off. Like honestly, like you might be hurt about it. She rejects you. Don't show it, because like you're gonna make it even more awkward. Don't try and like push your luck. Be like, you know, when she says she's got a boyfriend, don't be like, just because they're goalies doesn't mean you can't score. Don't say something like that to her. Be like, oh, you want two boyfriends or something like that? Or be like, just say something dumb like that. You know, when she rejects you, just be like, okay, you know, it's all good. Just take it as a compliment and have a nice day and walk off. It's like, it's not that bad. Like, if you make it awkward, then it's just gonna be sucky. It's just gonna suck for both of you guys, you know? Like, so just don't try and push it. If she rejects you, or even if she says like, no, like I'm not interested, sorry, just be like, okay, well, take it as a compliment, have a nice day, and walk off. It's easy. Rejection, like, and it sucks getting rejected, but it's part of the game, you know? Because you're the one who's going up and shooting your shot. Don't expect all your shots to go in, you know? It's like Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry still misses his shots, but he still keeps on shooting, because shooters shoot, and we're shooters right now. Not like shooter guns, but you know, shooters. We're shooting our shots here, and you know, if you take one rejection and just be like, oh, everyone hates me, I'm never doing this again, and you never shoot your shot again, well then you just kind of, that just sucks for you, you know, because it's really fun to do. But yeah, just take rejection as something to learn from. Like every single rejection I got was another lesson learned. I got one step closer to finding the right person and actually getting this whole approach thing right. Each rejection is one step closer to finding the girl of your dreams. Well, each rejection is one more barrier crossed of getting over the fear of talking to people. Each rejection, if you look at rejections like these, like that, and not as something to be ashamed of and something bad, it becomes easy. Because each rejection, you learn something new if you're doing it correctly, and if you take rejection the right way. If you take rejection the wrong way and be like, oh, well, no one wants me now, that's just a terrible way of seeing rejection, like throughout everything. Like, you're just being a sore loser, basically. You just need to be like, okay, well, that sucks, she doesn't want me, but I learned something new. We learned something from this. This is a good thing that she rejected me. Now it's time to go and shoot my shot with the next person and learn my mistakes from the last approach and apply it to the next approach. And it just becomes better, becomes easier. Eventually you become pretty good at it, it starts becoming a lot of fun. So that is the best way to handle rejection, and how most of these people, most good people with good charisma, handle rejection. And it's easy. So that's how you handle rejection like an absolute pro. Sometimes, you're having a conversation and you're not feeling it with this girl. Let's say from a distance she looks attractive, and you go up to her and she's like, oh, she's not that good looking, but I'll still keep the conversation going. Just be like, just don't ask for the Instagram at that point. Just be like, okay, well, it was nice to meet you. Have a good rest of your day, and walk off. She's still gonna be like happy from that interaction, and you're still gonna be happy from it, even though like you didn't ask for anything. It's still like it still helps with learning how to approach, even though like you go up to someone and find out she's weird or like not that attractive. Either way, just still go up and talk to her. Just don't ask for her Instagram or for her socials or anything. So, that's just a piece of advice that I have. Once you get the socials, you get the Instagram is what I recommend. I'd recommend getting the Instagram, but you can get whatever you want. You can get the Snapchat, the number, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, the email address or something. I don't know. Once you get it, just be like, okay, well, I'll text you. We can go out, get to dinner sometime, and it was nice to meet you, and then walk away. So once you get the Instagram, or whatever you want to get, I don't care. Send her a message, like a day after or something. I don't know. I never really had like a designated schedule where I should message her. You can do it the same day, or you can do it a few days after. It doesn't even matter, because she's still probably gonna remember you, because most guys don't have the guts to go up and talk to someone like that. So you're gonna be remembered. So like once you get the Instagram, and wait till after she follows you back, obviously, for the Instagram, or like on the Snapchat, or like wait for her to add you back. Because let's say she doesn't even add you back, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, not even worth like messaging her, because you're just gonna get ghosted. Just be like your first message needs to be clear. What do you want? Because you need to set the date as quickly as possible, in my opinion. Just be like, hey, this is Clark, the guy you met in the line of Chick-fil-A, or the guy you met at the gym a few days ago, or yesterday, or a few hours ago. Are you free Saturday night? You need to set up the day. That's the first message I always send. Like, hey, this is Clark, the guy you met at Chick-fil-A a few days ago. Like, are you free this certain day? And oh my god, I'm like sick. So, and when she responds, she's like, yeah, I'm free that day. What do you want to do? And she's like, okay, let's go to Chipotle or something. I don't know, something. Don't take her anywhere crazy. Something cheap. Keep it cheap, honestly. This first date is just getting to know her. Don't make any moves on the first date or nothing, but just be like, okay, are you free? She said she's free on Saturday. Just be like, okay, you want to get dinner at Chipotle that day? And she's like, yeah, that works for me. I'm free that time. I'm free. What time do you want to do it? And she's like, okay, let's go at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Let's meet there at 6 o'clock. That's what I do. I don't usually pick her up because I don't have a car at college, so it's kind of hard to pick her up when you don't have a car. She's like, okay, that works. And say, cool, see you then. And don't text her at all until that day, until the day of the date. And you're like, hey, you're still good for tonight at Chipotle? And she's like, yeah, I'm still good. Or she's like, oh no, something came up. Would this day work? Or she could just be like, oh no, sorry, something came up, and not even offer another day to meet up with you. That means that she's not really interested. You know, if she cancels once, that's fine. Like, ask for another day. Like, okay, would tomorrow work? Would Sunday work? And if she's like, yeah, that works, and then she flakes on you again, honestly, just ghost her at that point. Just be like, okay, well, this probably isn't gonna work, because if she's like fading, if she's like flaking, she should be like, it means that she's not too interested. It means she's probably talking to other people, and she isn't finding you too attractive and isn't really too interested in you. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna say this. This is probably the best piece of advice I can give you. If a girl is interested in you, she will make your life as easy as possible. So if she's trying to give you a hard time, just be like, okay, well, it means that she's probably not too interested. Because if she's interested, she'll make your life as easy as possible, like trying to date her. Like, it's so easy to tell if she likes you with the way that she wants to hang out. With like my current girlfriend, it's so easy to like schedule something with her. And when we were like still in the talking phase, she was the one who like scheduled the meetups. She's like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do this? And it's like, oh, this makes my life easy because she's interested. And if she's not interested, she's just making your life hard, then just don't really tolerate that. Just be like, okay, well, let's go offer one more time to go out. If she says no, then just save yourself the trouble, because honestly, it's gonna lead to the date not going too well. It's just gonna be awkward, and pretty soon you'll be like, okay, well, this is really a girl I want to pursue and get into a relationship with. So just save yourself the hard time. And, you know, if she's playing like hard to get, that's just stupid. Like, if girls want to play these games of like, oh, I'm gonna wait hours to respond to this guy's message, it's just like, why are you just trying to make our own lives hard? Like, both of our lives hard trying to see each other if you don't respond like soon. Like, it just makes no sense to me. You know, if she likes you, she's interested in you, then she should respond quickly. If she doesn't like you and takes hours to respond, then she's clearly not interested. You know, she just wants a free dinner of you. You know, which is honestly, that's messed up, but I don't know, it's probably what girls do. I don't know, I'm not a girl. If you just want the free dinner, you know, that's what happened to me once, honestly. My first ever date I went on, which was like around a year ago. Oh man, that was so hard on me. Oh man. I thought this date went really well. Looking back, it kind of went terrible. And she just ghosted me after this dinner. Like, we went to dinner, it's like some arcade. It was low-key a trash date, but I thought it was good at first, but and like, she ghosted me. Dude, I was like so heartbroken. It was hard for me. It was really hard for me. I didn't smile for like 3 days straight or something. I was like depressed. I don't even know. That was hard on me, but we got over it. But if she's taking a long time to respond, because the girl who ghosted me after that first date, she took like hours to respond, and you can tell that she wasn't too interested because she like wanted to bring her friend and do like a double date thing, which is like weird. Like, that's just weird to me. Like, you want to get to know the person one-on-one on the first date. Cause if she wants to bring her friend on the first date, that's like a clear sign that she's not really too interested in you. At least in my opinion. So that's kind of how I feel on it. So yeah, that's like texting 101 basically. So you set up the date as quickly as possible. Just be like, okay, are you free this day? Okay, you want to go to Chipotle? You want to go at this time? She says yeah. Okay, see you then. And don't message her until the day of that date. Now it's time for like the actual date. So the day of the date, my friend. So once you send her the message like, hey, we're still good for tonight. She's like, yep, still good. You're like, all right, sounds good. Well, that's cool. They have a little pause feature on the video thing. Okay, so now is the day of the date. she said she's still good for tonight. Now, now for the actual date. All right, so show up to the date like 15 minutes early. Get there earlier. It's probably a little bit better, and just when you get there, just be like, hey, I'm here. I'm waiting outside the front door or something. Let her know where you are, and she's like, okay, I'm on my way too. I'll be there in 5 minutes. All right, cool. In that time of waiting for her to show up, just kind of just sit on your phone. I don't know. Honestly, like, you shouldn't be too nervous for this date because just be yourself. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but just like be yourself throughout this date. And because like you don't want to be someone who you aren't and like put on this fake persona of yourself. Because like let's say she likes you for the fake version of you instead of the real you. Oh my god, my voice is terrible. And she likes you for your like different version of you, then she might not like you for who you truly are. So just be yourself. Like even though it might be embarrassing saying some of the stuff that you like to do, just say it. Because if she doesn't like you for who you really are, well then she wasn't meant to be with you at the end of the day. And if she likes you for someone who you aren't, then it's just gonna like be like you're gonna have to act like this different person the whole time you're with her, because you're afraid of, oh, if I'm actually my real self, then she might not like me for that. So just act yourself throughout this date and hope that she likes you for who you are, truly, like your true self, not for someone who you try to be. So like honestly, it's nothing to be nervous about for the first date. She's nervous too. Just know that she's probably nervous too for this first date, because like first dates are a little nerve-wracking, but it's not too bad at the end of the day. Like even the first date I went on, I was nervous. The first ever date I went on, I was pretty nervous, but like I just went in wondering what was gonna happen, and it kind of happened. I was like, oh, okay, that's neat. It's not too bad. Like dates are honestly easy. So when you guys finally meet up, give her a hug. It's just gonna be less awkward. It's gonna break the touch barrier, which is good. You like compliment her like, hey, you look nice, because she probably dressed up for the first day, and hopefully you dressed up in something mildly decent. Not your sweatpants, your PJs, not something stupid. No pink shorts, no nothing. Like actual real clothing. And she's like, hey, you look nice. And she'd be like, oh yeah, you look nice too, which is good. And when you go into the restaurant, hold the door open for her. Pay for the meal, obviously. Like, just be a gentleman or something. It's not. What else do you have to do? I don't get the whole like rules of a man where you have to like sit towards the exit of the building or something. Like, that's something I've heard. I have no clue what that's about. Walking on the outside of, like when you two are walking together on like a sidewalk, for some reason the guy is supposed to walk to the side closest to the road, and the girl is supposed to walk like to your right then, or like to the side farthest from the road from you, which makes no sense to me, because it's about like if a dude hits you with the car, then you'd be the one who's hit, not her. But he's gonna hit both of you guys, probably, which makes no sense to me. The whole, which way you should walk rule, or facing towards the exit. I don't know. I'm just not really a gentleman. I'm just a weird dude. But that just doesn't make sense to me. The whole gentleman rules and stuff. Obviously pay for the meal. And like hold the door open for her. So yeah, do stuff like that, obviously, but don't be like doing that extra work of like that. And this first date, don't make moves on the first date. Don't make moves, just straight up. unless it's like this is the greatest first date of your life, and you know, you guys are like head over heels in love with each other, which even then I still wouldn't even make a move, because this first date is literally just getting to know her. It's basically like an interview. You're basically interviewing her without it being an interview, and you're just paying for her dinner. It's like it's just kind of platonic, you know. It's supposed to be quick. Like my first dates are usually like an hour. Like my first date with my current girlfriend, it's like it was only like an hour long, because it was really just getting to know her. Like we got Moe's Southwestern Grill. We don't have it in California. It was my first time having it. It's really good actually. Um, you just get to know her. You know, ask her like questions like, well, what do you like to do for fun? What do you guys siblings? Or ask about her life, and you talk about your life, and the conversation's going well. And after dinner, you guys like walk around somewhere. Like, don't make this date expensive. Just like dinner, and that's really it. You don't need to be doing the most. Like, my sister had a date with her current boyfriend. It was like 3 hours long. Was her first date. I'm like, that's way too much in my opinion. Just go out, get some dinner, walk around, and just get to know her. Just get to know her. That's all you gotta do. That's the point of the first date. It's just to get to know someone. And if you like her after the date, well then you ask her to a second date. If you don't like her, just let her know. Don't just ghost her, because that's all too messed up to do. Ghosting someone. I've done it once. I went. Have I just? Yeah, no, I've ghosted people. It's not a good thing to do. Even though I've done it, I wouldn't do it again. I would let the person know, like, hey, after the date, I don't really think we're gonna be like too compatible with each other. I don't think we should meet up again. Just let her know that I don't want to see you again in the nicest way possible. After the date, if the date didn't go well, like just be like, hey, like you seem cool, but I don't really think we would be well together or something, and maybe we should go and see other people or something like that. Just let her know. Just be polite about that. But obviously, the date is the first date. Just get to know her. Don't be making moves. You know, I look. Obviously, you hug at first. Give her a little hug. Tell her she looks nice, and after the date, give her another hug. Just like, well, I had fun, and see you around, and walk off. And while you're eating, be careful how you eat. Don't like act like a complete pig while you're eating, like get food all over your face. Just like, be careful of what you eat. Don't go to like a spaghetti restaurant, because then spaghetti is messy. So that's not fun. So yeah. First date. I don't really have too much on the first date, because I haven't really been on too many first dates. Because I found my current girlfriend pretty easily. Yeah, the first date's platonic basically. Just get to know her. So yeah, that's basically the first date. That's your first date. Pretty easy. You don't want to get laid on your first date. Like, calm down, tiger. You're not trying to go frisky on the first date. Just you want to get to know her, because it's best to start slowly to have like the best relationship possible, because you're in it for the love of each other, and not just for the lust of like sex and stuff like that. Like, that's how I feel of like relationships. It's gonna be best if you start slow. Once the date's like initially over, like an hour later, just be like, hey, did you make it home all right, or something? Did you make it to wherever you're going safely? Because like, you guys meet up, you guys drove your own separate cars over. She's like, yeah, I made it home safe. I had fun on this first date. Yeah, thanks for taking me. If she liked it, she's like, thanks for taking me. I had a lot of fun. At least from what I've learned. She's like, yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for taking me out on this date. I'm like, oh yeah, I had fun too. Can't wait for our next adventure. That's what I said. I was like, can't wait for our next adventure. When I first texted my girlfriend after the date, I don't know why I said it. It just kind of sounded cool in the moment I said it. She's, I don't know. So you can say that. And then after the date, don't text her for like a few days while I'm sick. Don't text her for a little bit. And just be like, a few days later, just text her, you free this day? And she's like, yeah, I'm free. And then you go get dinner again or something, another dinner, get to know her a little bit more. And, you go get your dinner and same thing, still keep it somewhat platonic. And, don't try and get laid on this date. Still try and get to know her a little bit better. Also keep it short, around an hour. And then the third date, just be like, want to go to the movies or something. Movies, yeah, movies is good. Because you don't want to talk to her. Because you run out of things to talk about. She's like, yeah, let's go to the movie. So you go to the movie. You pay for the tickets, obviously. Be a gentleman and stuff. And then through the movie, just put your arm around her shoulder or something. That's your first move, kind of. And if she going on the third date with you, then she's obviously interested. So she's gonna lean into it. She's gonna like it. Our third date, she wanted to see Twisters, the tornado movie. And I know she just wants to see Glenn Powell. Because he's a good looking dude, I can't lie. She just wanted to see him. That's low key missed. But, that's cool. I still made the move and she still liked it. And she was leaning into it. And just keep it at that. You can hold her hand. Stuff like that. Just make a move during the movie, Because, that's the point of the movie. No one cares about the movie. As a guy, you're just trying to make some moves. It's obvious. And, you go out with her more and more. I went out with my girlfriend 9 times before I asked her to officially get into a relationship with me. So, yeah, not really much else to say about dating, man, You guys keep meeting up, you guys slowly start making more moves. You start getting nervous for it, but that's the point of it. I don't even know how you get over the mental barrier of doing it. I can't really help you with that. I just kind of did it. I don't know. Because, at a certain point, that she's going to like it. And she wants you to do it. I think the first kiss was a little bit difficult. But, you just kind of got to do it. Because, I don't know, you just gotta be a baller like that. And just the more and more you ask her, and the official day you want to ask her to be your girlfriend, get her flowers, take her to a nice dinner. Even though the place I took her to dinner, I thought was nice, but actually it wasn't. It wasn't really too nice, but get her flowers, and then officially ask her just be I really like the time we spend together, and it's always really fun hanging out with you, and I was wondering if you wanted to be my girlfriend or something like that. That's what I said. I said something like that. She's like, yeah, I'd love to. Is what she said, something like that. And she's nice, I did it. It does feel good when she said yes. I can't lie, because I was so nervous, bro. Oh my god. I was so nervous. I don't have advice for you at this point. Just do it. I don't know. And get her flowers, but don't go to a florist shop. Just go to a supermarket, because I got her flowers from a florist shop, and those flowers cost me $71, bro. $71 for flowers, bro. I'm that's crazy. It was actual highway robbery. $71 for flowers is inhumane. So just go to Publix, Target. Maybe I don't know if Walmart has flowers, but just go to get some cheapo flowers. It's the thought that counts, not the money. It's the thought that counts at the end of the day. So Get her flowers, and she's gonna like them. She's like, oh my god, you got me flowers. Um, so yeah, this is gonna be like your first time getting her flowers probably, because I wouldn't get her flowers on the first date, because honestly, you just be doing too much at that point. Like, I know it's like gentlemanly of you to get flowers or something on the first date. Nah, honestly, I wouldn't. Just get to know her. Literally, that's it. Pay for her dinner. That's that's flowers enough to me. I don't know. And when you ask her to be your girlfriend, you did it. You got a girlfriend. I don't really have advice on how to keep a long-term relationship because we've been together for 3 months, but still, it's not too long for a long term. So I can't really give too much advice on that. But obviously keep seeing her. Um, when you guys actually get into a relationship full blown, text her good morning. That's what I do. I actually need to do that. I haven't done that yet. No shucks. Whatever. Actually, should I do that right now? I'll do it later. And text her good morning. We don't really text each other good night because that's like corny. I don't know. I don't even know. Texting's weird. I don't like texting, but since we're like long distance right now, kind of gotta text her. I don't like text. I'm so bad at texting, but yeah, you got yourself a girlfriend. Okay, the next part I'm gonna talk about is meeting the parents, because I met the parents like on our fourth time meeting up. So this is gonna be the last section of the guide. Like this is the last part I'm like actually qualified to teach you guys kinda is meeting the parents. This video is probably awful, I can't even lie. So much yappage for me, holy hell. Meeting the parents is honestly like at first you're a little nervous to do it, but honestly it's like not bad at all. Like, dude, like I don't know. As long as their parents like you, and they have no reason to not like you. You're cool. You seem cool. The guys watch this video. You clearly want this, and the parents could hopefully tell that that you like her, and when you first meet, give them a nice handshake. Both parents. Don't hug the mom yet. You're not on that stage yet, buddy, where you hug the mom. I am now. Let's go. Because I've met her parents so many times, bro. Because, like, she lives 3 hours away from my college. So they come over often. Like, they visit often. So, like, yeah, I see them often. And they really like me. And what I did is I just acted myself, Because, honestly, it's easy being likable. Just be yourself. And if you tell that if the girlfriend likes you, then they're gonna see that and you're like, okay, well, she clearly likes him. Then then we'll like him, 'Cause if they don't like you, it's not the biggest deal probably, or I don't know. I don't even know if a parent doesn't like you, because like her parents love me, like they really like me, because like they buy me alcohol. So much alcohol they buy me. They haze me with alcohol. Alcohol haze me. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, meeting the parents it's like nerve wracking, but just be yourself. And if they don't like you, then oh well. They don't like you for who you truly are. And if they like you, then yeah, they like you for who you truly are. Just be locked in, man. Just basically be locked in. Just don't do anything stupid. Like, even though like I've been drunk around her parents, like I've been drunk like twice I think, and even then, like just don't do anything stupid. Just be focused. Just like be talkative. Just be yourself. Be talkative. Don't be quiet. Don't be awkward. Just be a normal person. Just be a normal person. Like it's not that hard when you meet the parents. Like when I met the parents, I just was kind of myself. I was sober, thankfully, when I met the parents. I didn't expect to be meeting the parents. I just kind of did one day. I was like, oh dang, that's cool. And just be yourself. Just it's not that hard. This is kind of a terrible section because meeting the parents it's not that bad. Like people say like the dad tries to be all intimidating. He does. He does try and be a little bit intimidating sometimes. Just it's funny. It's hilarious when he tries to be intimidating because like because I have a sister and my dad acts this way towards my sister's boyfriend, so it's so funny to like see them act like the same way towards the boyfriends. It's so funny, but yeah, just know that they like you. If the girlfriend likes you, then they like you. It's not that hard. So yeah, that's basically what dying to being the parent. It's not that hard. It's pretty simple. So this is probably a terrible section of the video, meeting the parents. But yeah, so that's how you meet the parents. It's just be yourself, give them a nice handshake, be a normal person, and they'll like you. Don't worry. One more thing I forgot to say from the script is don't get into a relationship with this girl unless if you like absolutely 100% want to get into one with her. You need to be like certain you want to like actually ask her. It's a big commitment getting into a relationship. It's quite the commitment, I can't lie. People say it's like, oh, I wish I was single. Living the single life was so much better than the relationship life. First of all, that's not true. From what I've heard people say, being in a relationship is freaking, it's awesome. It's an incredible thing. But you want to do it with the person that you absolutely 100% want to be with. Don't just settle for someone. Don't settle. Don't settle for anyone. Because you're gonna be with this person for at least a few months. If you want to keep like a short term, you want to break it up with her. I don't know any advice about breaking up because I've never had to break up with anyone or been broken up with yet, so I can't give you advice on that. But don't get into a relationship with someone unless you absolutely want to get into one with her. If you don't like her after a few dates, just let her know. Just send her the message of it's like, hey, we've met a few times, but I don't really think we're too compatible with each other. I'm sorry, but I don't think we should be seeing each other anymore. Just send that hard message, She'll understand. It's gonna be hard on her, obviously, but it's better than ghosting her just up and out of nowhere. Be nice about it at least. But yeah, last piece of advice is get into a relationship with a girl that you absolutely want to get into one with. Don't just settle for anything in this relationship. That's the whole video. I don't know how long this is going to be. This felt like forever. My throat hurts. I have a sore throat. The audio is probably terrible. But this is the guide, It's the full guide on how to get a girlfriend. If you follow these steps I'm giving you on how to approach and how to actually get in the state and what to do on the date, then you'll find yourself getting at least more dates in 2 to 3 months. Give it some time. You're gonna get rejected. It's gonna be nerve-wracking doing the approaches, but I gave you the guide on how to actually approach and what stuff to say. And if you want actual good YouTube videos on how to talk to girls, watch people like Jack Denmo and Eric Ronaldo. Eric Ronaldo literally just films himself cold approaching people, and Jack Denmo he has 2 channels. One channel is called Jack Denmo, and the other one's just called Denmo, I think. Jack Denmo literally just used to film himself going up and talking to random strangers, which is great for just learning. And his other channel, Denmo, is actually teaching people how to improve their lives with girls, business, finances, all that. So I would recommend watching those 2 if you want better looks on how to actually talk to girls. So yeah, that's the whole video. If you enjoyed, that's cool. I don't care if you subscribe or I don't know. I just want you to like this video, enjoy the video. You don't have to leave a like. I don't care. I just hope this gets a lot of views because this took a long time. This script took a while for me to make, but hopefully you enjoyed, and most of all, I hope you actually apply the stuff that I taught you. Because if you didn't, that sucks. But if you did, if you do, you're gonna see some results, guaranteed. So have this be the last video you watch today. Go out, go somewhere, and just talk to people. Talk to guys, girls, your teachers. I don't know. Do anything, but just talk to people and just have fun. Just have fun doing it. It's not a chore. Don't make it a chore talking to people. Make it fun. It is fun after a certain amount of time doing it. It becomes very fun. So yeah, have a good rest of your day, and hopefully this helps. Say goodbye to Clark Griswold too. Say goodbye to. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to Freddie Fazbear too. Say goodbye to him. Okay, bye.